poetry evening. I'm the director of the chorus, and I'm very, very thrilled to have all of you here. Obviously, tonight's cultural event is happening in the midst of a great horror unfolding before our very eyes in the Middle East. In this moment of decision for mankind, where human life has seemingly become disposable, we must quickly and humbly return to the foundations of beauty that only great culture represents in order to find our humanity again. This is what the Schiller Institute and our chorus is committed to. And our intention tonight is to recommit and bring about that cultural optimism and beauty that we once represented by honoring John F. Kennedy 60 years after his assassination. I have just a couple of thank yous I'd like to say, and then we'll get on with the program. I want to thank Pastor Cliff Brown for being so generous with the use of this beautiful space. And a special warm and welcome to Brockton's Rose Conservatory students and their families who are here to sing and to their executive director, Gregory Fernandez, a friend and collaborator in this fight to create a renaissance, particularly to uplift culture for children. So I won't say anymore. Tonight is a treat. It is a treat, so I hope you enjoy. Please turn off your cell phones. Please join us after for a light food reception. And most of all, join the chorus. We meet on Friday nights downstairs at 7:30 p.m. We will be resuming in January. And if you want more information about the chorus, you can sign up at the back. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce Stan Antovinich, violinist, who will play a beautiful Bach serenade.
Hello everyone, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. And thanks to Claret for inviting me to play for you. Okay? And for Jeff Kennedy. So I'm going to perform two pieces today from Second D minor Partita by Bach. They're both Spanish dances. You can hear some Spanish flavor. And Bach, I try to be as brief as possible. You can talk about Bach's music for hours and hours, days and months and years. So I try to be as short as possible. But he was famous for his polyphonical texture, which is many voices, so bass line is the most important one, and you build up the rest based on a bass line. So, for example, many people think, top notes are most important, like notes. Three chords, the people there. No, it's that's right here. Spanish flavor to it, even though Bach was a German one, right? So. This is Sarabanda and Chacon, also Spanish dance. I'll play towards the end. Enjoy. Try to dance. Okay. It's an old dance. Sarabanda.
notable occasion for all of us here in Washington and around the country, and I am very happy to greet all of you who have come and who are taking part in this great effort. I hope that you're as proud of it as I am, and we're particularly pleased to have with us as our guest tonight from Augusta, Georgia, the man under whose administration this project was started and who was given it wholehearted support. Ladies and gentlemen, General Eisenhower. General, I'm sorry we're not all there with you. I want to assure the officials of my administration tonight that this demonstration of support for the arts is modest and painless compared to what has been required of past government and past administration. In 1664, Louis XIV, in his own effort to encourage the arts, donned brilliant tights and played in a drama called Furious Roland before a happy court. Moreover, he drafted the highest officers of his administration for the play, so that according to an account, all clad in brilliant tights themselves, they passed before the Queen and the court. This was suggested tonight, but for some reason or other, the committee turned it down. But we're glad to be here in any case. And we're glad to be the guests of honor of the representatives of much of the finest in American culture and much of the finest in American life. And we're very much indebted to all the artists who have so willingly taken part in this work tonight. But when Thomas Jefferson wrote that the one thing which from the heart he envied certain other nations, and that was their art, he spoke from a deep understanding of the enduring sources of national greatness and national achievement. But our culture and art cannot speak to America alone. To the extent that artists struggle to express beauty in form and color and sound, to the extent that they write about man's struggle with nature or society or himself, to that extent they strike a responsive chord in all humanity. Today, Sophocles speaks to us for more than 2,000 years. And in our own time, even when political communications have been strained, the Russian people have bought more than 20,000 copies of the works of Jack London, more than 10 million books of Mark Twain, and hundreds of thousands of copies of Hemingway, Steinbeck, Whitman, and Poe. And our own people, through the works of Tolstoy and Dostoevsky and Pasternak, have gained an insight into the shared problem of the human heart. Thus today, as always, art knows no national boundaries. Genius can speak in any tongue, and the entire world will hear it and listen. Behind the storm of daily conflict and crisis, the dramatic confrontations, the tumult of political struggle, the poet, the artist, the musician, continues the quiet work of centuries, building bridges of experience between peoples, reminding man of the universality of his feelings and desires and despairs, and reminding him that the forces that unite are deeper than those that divide. Thus art, and the encouragement of art, is political in the most profound sense, not as a weapon in the struggle, but as an instrument of understanding of the futility of struggle between those who share man's fate. Aeschylus and Plato will remember today, long after the triumph of imperial Athens are gone. Stanley outlived the ambitions of 13th century Florence. Goethe stands serenely above the politics of Germany. And I am certain that after the dust of centuries has passed over our cities, we too will be remembered, not for victories or defeats in battle or in politics, but for our contribution to the human spirit. It was Pericles' proudest boast that mighty Athens was the school of Hellas. If we can make our country one of the great schools of civilization, then on that achievement will surely rest our claim to the ultimate gratitude of mankind. Moreover, as a great democratic society, we have a special responsibility to the arts. For art is the great democrat, calling forth creative genius from every sector of society, disregarding race or religion or wealth or color. The mere accumulation of wealth and power is available to the dictator and the democrat alike. What freedom alone can bring is the liberation of the human mind and spirit, which finds its greatest flowering in the free society. Thus, in our fulfillment of these responsibilities towards the arts, lie our unique achievement as a free society.
The speech that you just heard was given by John Kennedy at a fundraiser for the National Center for the Arts, which is now known as the Kennedy Center in Washington, on November 29th, 1962. That was just 1 month after the end of the Cuban Missile Crisis. So his reference to Russians and Americans appreciating each other's culture would have shocked many at the time, but it was wholly appropriate for him to call attention to. The Schiller Chorus, our chorus, has a special connection to President Kennedy, certainly for his understanding of the importance of the arts, but also because what became the Schiller Institute Community Chorus largely began on January 19th, 2014, when we performed Mozart's Requiem at Boston's Holy Cross Cathedral. We did that to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the performance of the same piece as a solemn Requiem Mass for the recently assassinated president, which was held at the same location. The Schiller Institute has always insisted that art in general, and music in particular, have the means to help mankind rise above what can seem to be the intolerable and the insoluble. It is, and must always be possible, to find a means to stop, to end the cycles of war, of violence, and vengeance, whether in Southwest Asia, or Eastern Europe, or in our own cities. President Kennedy, during his administration, hosted many musicians and poets who had used their art to further justice and to uplift their fellow man. The same Marian Anderson, who in 1939 had been denied the right to perform at DAR Constitution Hall, was invited to the White House. Pablo Casals, the great cellist, who had refused to perform until he was invited by John Kennedy. He had refused to perform in protest of the fascist regime of Francisco Franco in his native Spain. And Robert Frost, who composed the inaugural poem for JFK, which you will hear recited later this evening. Less than 1 month before John Kennedy was killed, he spoke in Amherst, Massachusetts on October 26, 1963, in honor of Robert Frost. And he said, in part, "The men who create power make an indispensable contribution to the nation's greatness. But the men who question power make a contribution just as indispensable, especially when that questioning is disinterested. For they determine whether we use power or power uses us. He saw poetry as a means of saving power from itself. When power leads men towards arrogance, poetry reminds him of his limitations. When power narrows the areas of man's concern, poetry reminds him of the richness and diversity of his existence. When power corrupts, poetry cleanses. For art establishes a basic human truth which must serve as the touchstone for our judgment. The artist, however faithful to his personal vision of reality, becomes the last champion of the individual mind and sensibility against an intrusive society and an officious state. If sometimes our great artists have been the most critical of our society, it is because their sensitivity and their concern for justice, which must motivate any true artist, makes him aware that our nation falls short of its highest potential. I see little of more importance to our country and our civilization than full recognition of the place of the artist. Friedrich Schiller, for whom the Schiller Institute was named, expressed a similar conception of the essential role of the artist in his invocation to the artists in his poem of that name. The dignity of mankind has been placed into your hands. Protect it. It sinks with you. With you, it will ascend. Poetry's sacred magic serves a widely laid universal plan. Steer it calmly toward the ocean of the great harmony. Let solemn truth, rejected by her own epic, be rescued by the poem and find shelter in the Muses' choir. Let our efforts tonight, and in general, rise to that standard. Thank you.
I'll come this way, go up. Go that way. Kyle's in the back.
Okay, so we're going to sing a few canons in two parts, and then I'm going to hand it over to my colleague. First one is called, "Oh, How Lovely is the Evening."
In
could dwell together in peace.
I will keep it very brief. Thank you everyone for being here tonight, and I want to thank, we call her Miss Jen, for inviting us here. As I was driving here, I didn't know exactly where I was going, but then I pulled up, and Rose Conservatory is actually named, my mom's name was Roseanne. She was a music educator for many, many years before she passed, and so that's why we call ourselves Rose Conservatory. I have actually been in this church with my mom at some point. When I pulled up, I was like, I've been here before. So it's just, you know, the universe works in very mysterious and wondrous ways. So we're very happy to be here. These amazing kids you see here are part of a larger group. We actually have about 43 registered kids right now. These are some kids we were able to get out tonight. These kids are with us Monday through Friday from 3 to 7 p.m. I would say most of them up here right now are playing 6 instruments. We have violin, piano, voice, West African drums, guitar, ukulele, and handbells. So that's actually 7 now. So they are doing some amazing things. I never get questions. Let's go.
Where are you located?
We are located in Brockton, Massachusetts, and I will be sure to leave Ms. Jen with some information. We are a 501c3 nonprofit, and the goal is to provide this amazing musical education for our kids for free. That is what we are trying to do.
Are you selling CDs?
Not yet, but we're on it. We're on it. So we hope you enjoy. The first song we will sing is, what song are we singing first? We are doing Deep River, yes. It's Friday evening. Friday evening. No.
Deep river, deep recite for you a poem by Friedrich Schiller. Last Friday was his birthday. I forget which one, but he was born in 1759. You can do the math. 1754. 59. Anyway. The name of the poem is Columbus. I'll do it for you in German first. That was his native language. Schiller wrote the poem Ode to Joy that Beethoven's Ninth Symphony is based upon. You may have heard that. Probably also heard of the play William Tell, where the archer in Switzerland was forced to shoot an apple off the sun's head. So, give you some context. This is one of my favorite Schiller poems. Columbus. Steuer, mutiger Segler, es mag der Witz dich verhöhnen und der Schiffer am Steuer senken die lässige Hand. Immer, immer nach West, dort muss die Küste sich zeigen. Lieg sie doch dort und lieg schimmeln vor deinem Verstand. Traue den leidenden Gott und folge dem schreitenden Weltmeer. Wer sie noch nie, sie stieg jetzt aus dem Fluten empor. Mit den Genius steht die Natur im ewigen Wunder. Was der eine verspricht, leistet die andere gewiss. Steer, courageous sailor, although the wit may deride thee, and the skipper at the helm lower his indolent hand. Ever, ever to the west, there must the coast be appearing. Lies it yet distinct and lies shimmering before your mind's eye. Trust in the pilot God and follow the silent ocean. Were it not yet, it would rise from the torrents aloft. With nature stands genius in an everlasting union. What the one doth promise, the other shall fulfill.
Thank you all for having us here tonight. My name is Josh Carlisle. I'm a friend and colleague of Jim Pearl's, and it's a real pleasure to be with you here tonight. I'll be super brief, just so you understand a little bit of what you're hearing if you're not fluent in Italian. I'll be performing one piece for you this evening by Stefano Bonaldi, probably his most famous song, O del mio amato ben, or Oh Dear My Beloved, or My Dear Beloved, rather. Just your standard love song. I think it really kind of encapsulates that Italian art song sound.
Oh, in a translation of a poem by Robert Burns in German, and we put the English back in, so we're singing it in English. It's sort of a pastoral poem. The guy's lying in the tall glass, looking up at the sky. He's enfolded by the unceasing sound of the crickets and the blue of the sky, the wonder, the white clouds floating by. And it's as if suddenly it's a beautiful, still dream. And then it's as if I had died long ago and was in the sky in eternal space. So it's a little pastoral poem, but I think what Brahms does with the music elevates it to an idea of immortality, simultaneity of eternity, and I think it's appropriate that 60 years ago, JFK died, but here we are, celebrating him in his memory and his deeds. Felt einfach.
Und 1865 by Edward Gordon Ivins. So here is this poem called Truth. I set a little light here in my tower to shine, not high nor strong nor bright, this little light of mine. Once, when the night was dark, and I was stumbling on, falling beneath my pack, heart hoping for the dawn, a little beam shone out, fainter than this, my light, a hail, a friendly shout, and straightway all was right. So, though but faint and small, if it burns till the morn, it may give someone heart, some traveler spent and worn. Some holden eye may see this tiny light of mine, some fettered foot go free, so let it outward shine.
present was written by Robert Frost for the occasion of John F. Kennedy's inauguration on January 20th, 1961. 3 days prior, Eisenhower gave his farewell address, warning of the growing power of a military-industrial complex. Robert Frost's poem starts by acknowledging the importance of featuring poetry and celebrating the poet at such an occasion as the inauguration. He also makes reference to Kennedy's own writing, namely this book, Profiles in Courage. Kennedy wrote this book 4 years prior to his inauguration, while on bed rest, recuperating from back surgery. At the time, he was a U.S. Senator and a former congressman, and he wrote it as a series of case studies, each chapter profiling the independence of spirit of former federal U.S. legislators who acted courageously to oppose the wishes of their party, the opinions which were in their day popular and prevailing, as well as independence of lobbyists and special interests, in order to do what they thought was right. Certainly, Kennedy thought of himself as deserving a chapter in this book, but he was not going to write it. Were he, however, perhaps he would have started by referencing Eisenhower's farewell warning and his own tireless efforts as president to keep the peace. For John F. Kennedy's inauguration by Robert Frost. Summoning artists to participate in the August occasions of the state seems something artists ought to celebrate. Today is for my cause a day of days, and his be poetry's old-fashioned praise who was the first to think of such a thing. This verse that in acknowledgement I bring goes back to the beginning of the end, of what had been for centuries the trend, a turning point in modern history. Colonial had been the thing to be, as long as the great issue was to see what country be the one to dominate by character, by tongue, by native trait, the new world Christopher Columbus found. The French, the Spanish, and the Dutch were down and counted out. Heroic deeds were done. Elizabeth I in England won. Now came on a new order of the ages, that in the Latin of our founding sages, is it not written on the dollar bill, carry in our purse and pocket still? God nodded his approval of his good. So much those heroes knew and understood. I mean the great four, Washington, John Adams, Jefferson, and Madison. So much they knew as consecrated seers, they must have seen ahead what now appears. They would bring empires down about our ears. By the example of our Declaration, make everybody want to be a nation. This is no aristocratic joke at the expense of negligible folk. We see how seriously the races swarm in their attempts at sovereignty and form. They are our wards, we think, to some extent, for the time being and with their consent, to teach them how democracy is meant. New order of the ages, did we say? It looks none too orderly today. 'Tis a confusion it was ours to start. So in it have to take courageous part. No one of honest feeling would approve a ruler who pretended not to love, a turbulence he had the better of. Everyone knows the glory of the twain who gave America the aeroplane, to ride the whirlwind and the hurricane. Some poor fool has been saying in his heart, glory is out of date in life and art. Our venture in revolution and outlawry has justified itself in freedom's story, right down to now in glory upon glory. Come fresh from an election like the last, the greatest vote a people ever cast, so close yet sure to be abided by. It is no miracle our mood is high. Courage is in the air, embracing whiffs, better than all the stalemates, ands, and ifs. There was the book, profile, tales declaring, for the emboldened politicians daring to break with followers when in the wrong. A healthy independence of the throng, a democratic form of right divine, to rule first answerable to high design. There is a call to life, a little sterner and braver for the earner, learner, yearner. Less criticism of the field and court, and more preoccupation with the sport. It makes the prophet in us all presage the glory of a next Augustan age, of a power leading from its strength and pride, of young ambition eager to be tried, firm in our free beliefs without dismay, in any game the nations wish to play. A golden age of poetry and power, of which this noonday is the beginning hour.
Okay, I would like to ask you a favor, please. On by back from second minor partita provider solo has so many sections, and some of them sound like it's the end of the piece. Please do not clap. Wait until I'm done. It's called 15 minutes. Okay? Good. Turn your electronic devices.
So we're going to sing one short movement from Mozart's Coronation Mass, preview for what we'd like to do in the spring, and then we're going to sing Dona Nobis, and I invite all of you to join us. That's on the back of the program. And then please join us for reception.